Good morning, everyone. How are you guys doing today? Okay, before waste, before wasting our time, let's start analyzing the market today. Friday was pretty choppy price action we've seen. Yeah. Okay, let's start with this. New day, new week. We're going to start everything new. Okay, so what do we have? Week high. We have another week low right here, which is weekly low. So previous week's high was 30,094, 30,094 exact price, and previous week's low was 28,910.25, 910.25. So this is weekly low. So this is the week same. Now see what is happening. This was volatile week, another good one, then a pause, another volatile move downside, another small pause for 2 weeks. So this week we have a lot of news coming in. So I believe it will be volatile week this week. So let's see. Now let's move to daily time frame. Okay. Previous day's high. We are currently trading below previous day's high. Let's see what has happened. You can see liquidity sweep, V-shaped rejection, fair value gap, tapping into this daily fair value gap. Price is tapping into this daily fair value gap, but not a big fan of this kind of liquidity sweep. Uh, okay, I'm gonna take this out. This fair value gap is not really a good fair value gap. Just confused if I want to put it there or not. Let's see. So that is what we have as daily fair value gap. Let's just put it there. Okay. So we are currently trading below previous day's low. Currently trading below previous day's low. Previous day's low is what? 29,677.50. Okay, so that is previous day's low. My bad. That is previous day low right here, and we have previous day high very close to weekly high, so we'll just leave it that as that it is. So on a daily time frame we have seen that prices and daily fair value gap. Let's move to 4 hour time frame, where we can see in 4 hour time frame what I can see is, look at this small consolidation move downside. We have liquidity sweep with speed, V-shaped rejection, and then there is another fair value gap that has been created here. The gap has been filled, which means the price wants to move down, then it can go down. But this, there is a fair value gap here, as well as there is order block right here as well. So then on 4 hour time frame, we might see a pullback lower, price going down lower. Nothing much I can see here. Watch this. There can be this order block that would support the price. Yeah. There can be this bullish order block which can support price to move higher. Look at the green number of green candles it went up high. So the only order block there right there. We do not have any internal fair value gaps or something like that. So this is the only order block which could support price. Let's move to 1 hour time frame. What can we see? 1 hour time frame, price is coming downside. This could be a pullback and price is moving lower. But the way I see, look at this. These are pretty small candles, and if these are pretty small candles, price can move up higher. There's also a fair value gap that was left behind right here. 1 hour fair value gap. Price never price has still not closed below that, which means there are chances that price could move up higher. Okay, just give me a moment. There are chances that price could move higher, but it is it is confusing a bit right now. With this is a good downtrend, no expansion, move downside. Then we got a pullback into this bearish order block. There's here bearish order block. There's here bearish order block. I pulled back into this order blocks, bearish order block, and is now trying to move lower. Okay, nothing as clean as we can see. Price is in downtrend on 1 hour time frame that we have noticed, and it is moving lower that we have also noticed that. Now if this fair value gap gets inversed in like 25 minutes, then we will be looking for another leg lower. It could possibly be till this full order block or lower. Let's see what we have on 15-minute time frame. So what we have on 15-minute time frame. Okay, so Asia session high has still open. The gap has not been filled yet, and looking at Asia session high of this green candle, which is 30,042.50. So this is buy side liquidity, which is for higher side. Now we can see that London session high has been taken. London session low is open. London session low is this candle, which is going to be 29,585.25. So that is going to be our sell side liquidity. Okay, I'm going to take out this 1 hour fair value gap. I'll explain why. Look at this price action. As we have noticed, price came down in an expansion leg downside, and it moved slowly on the higher side. Now for continuation lower, what we need is liquidity sweep. We got liquidity sweep of this level, liquidity sweep with speed, V-shape rejection. Then we had a fair value gap which is higher, but then we also had a small order block right here. Price tapped into that order block and is now moving lower. So if price wants to continue to if price wants to deliver, we also had 1 hour order block around here, right? So 1 hour order block, so price will be looking to take down this low, and that low is 546.50. So that's the low that price will be looking to take down. Okay, so these are the levels for today. Let's wait and see if we get any other good indications for today. Okay, I'm gonna take up this bearish order block. Let's step into that and take that out. Right now we are not in any trade. We'll wait for price to create a level of interest, because we do not trade in the first 15 minutes. We tried that on Friday and we got that, so we have to follow rules. Yeah, it is possible that not all the time we are going to follow all the rules, right? So that is the reason why trading is hard, is you following your rules. Okay, so the first target why price should be coming down has already hit, like London session low has been hit. Now will price should be looking to take out this low 29,546. Now this was a pretty simple trade, but this happened in pre-market. Like I was watching this price, I was watching this order block as soon as I marked it here at this candle. I was waiting for price to tap into this order block and then maybe look lower, but unfortunately that happened in pre-market, so with not even great signal, so we did not take enter into this trade. Even if we got the same entry here as well, like tap into this fair value gap, we would not have taken this trade because it is in the first 15 minutes. I've seen multiple times throughout my career that I've seen that price would just take out all this highs first and then move lower. So no need to rush, just wait. We'll get trade. This week we have multiple news. Let me see what we have. Let's go to calendar. So we have core CPI on Tuesday. Core CPI on Tuesday. Okay. Core CPI on Tuesday. We have core PPI on Wednesday. And Fed Chairman Wash testifies. Okay, that's the other thing. Thursday, I don't see anything on Thursday. I don't see anything on Friday. So basically, Tuesday and Wednesday are going to be pretty good day to trade. Price will be moving. Price is moving today as well, but we have to wait for the level of interest. This daily fair value gap is not really helpful to me, so I'm going to take this out. As I said, on a daily time frame, yeah, it might seem a good fair value gap, liquidity sweep, V-shaped rejection, but the chances of this fair value gap holding is very less because look at this. There is no candle closing below. There is no candle closing below this low, and price is coming down in downtrend. Anyways, even if it takes support here somewhere, we'll still have to wait for 15-minute structure to change to higher side, give us order block for value gap, IVG or something like that, in order for us to start looking for signals. Until then, there is no reason for us to look for a trader. Okay. Now there is a chance that you might get 50-minute candle closing below this low of 29,546, and you might get to see a good reaction, good signal for higher side. Okay, for some reason CVD is missing. Let's just add CVD here, which is cumulative volume delta. CVD is negative and price is coming down with volume, so it has to be there. There is a small trade that could happen here, but this fair value gap is here. Taking short, stop loss would be somewhere around 58 points. First TP would be around 51 points, and then probably moving lower, but it's a high risk trade right now. But watch this, there is a fair value gap here. There is a fair value gap here which is overlapping with this bullish bearish order block, right? It is overlapping with this bearish order block. The chances of this fair value gap working is pretty high, and as you can see, we almost got 70-80%, 100% of target what we would be looking for. So these are some small trades which are great fillers. The risk here is more. We still did not get a close below this London session low, so we might get another close below that. Looking at the volume, it's going down pretty smoothly. I like this green candle. I'm just explaining signal. We do not have any level of interest as of right now, but I like this kind of green candle. Now watch if price closes below here, goes up higher, takes support on this, then we will get a breaker block. So what would be this? Liquidity sweep, V-shape rejection. Now instead of a value gap, we will have order block and breaker block. So that will become a great level. As of right now, what price will be struggling to do will be this will be an order block for price. So if price wants to continue to move lower, it should resist from here. Stop loss 31 points, price should be moving lower. Okay, but this is not the best trade. This is just the signal that I'm explaining what is order block and stuff. Until and unless we have liquidity sweep, until and unless we have level of interest, we do not look for signal. Right now we have a level of interest, but what we need to see is 15-minute candle closer below that signal, below that London session low. We did not get that, which means any signal that generates here is going to be it's not going to be helpful to us. Okay, so I'm just explaining what order block is, how breaker block would form, how this will become a breaker block if price closes a candle above high. So what this price is coming down in downtrend structure. Now we got a V-shape. If we get a V-shape rejection or V-shape recovery out of this strong V-shape, then this green candle, which was supposed to be a bearish order block, will now turn into a breaker block. It's as simple as that. Now if we get a breaker block, how do we trade? We will put an entry here, stop loss below this, and target for opposite side liquidity, which is London session high at somewhere closer to 29,754. Okay, now because there is a red candle, this breaker block will become weak and we will not get a V-shaped rejection. So until then, we do not enter that trade. Now also keep this thing in mind. This candle does not have wick, or even if it has very small wick. So this becomes a draw for price to tap into. So as of right now, we do not have any trade. I showed you guys one small trade here, 50 to 50 points of trade. We got 1:1 from here. We had 58 points of stop loss, 59 points of stop loss, and target was 51 points. So risk reward did not match, but still these are the signals which tends to work. Like I'm going to explain. If we get the same kind of signal, if we get this kind of setup as a signal on a level of interest, then we will take an entry here, targeting lower side liquidity. Generally, like if this happens, price will tend to go 1:2, somewhere closer to here now, which is 29,480, somewhere closer here. Yeah, okay. I have not entered into this trade. I'm just marking this trade out just to see if it goes 1:1. Well, our break even would always be here, and we would have kept our stops at break even. Okay, we would have kept our stops at break even or took out partials if this was a correct trade. This is just a signal that I am explaining, not the trade that I have taken. Okay, These kind of these kind of signals are pretty good at the time when price is heavy bearish, like 4 hour is bearish, 1 hour is bearish, 15 minute is bearish, and so on. Okay, so we did hit all those trades. We did hit all the signals right here. Levels, London session low, the low of this 15-minute candle. So I'm gonna take them out now. These were the draws and liquidity, and it has been fulfilled. One thing I'm going to do is that, so it's up 80 points right now. It's up 80 points right now. This would have been a great trade, but unfortunately, this is a great signal. But the thing is that there is no level of interest for us to enter shorts. And as I explained, the reason why price should be moved, why price has a higher chance of moving lower. Look at this candle. Look at this candle of 946. There's almost no wick here. That becomes a great draw on liquidity. There are higher chances that price will move lower. Now look at this fair value gap. It is kind of overlapping with this, but this is not exact. Now look at the difference between this order block overlapping with this fair value gap and this order block overlapping with this fair value gap. Even if this works, this is a low probability fair value gap. This is a like this has higher chances, like 80% of the time this would work. This has a higher this has 50% chances where it would work, it would not work. The reason is, look at this, there are two order blocks, one of them is here, one of them is here. So if price is pretty strong, then it would just tap into this order block and reject. But it went up higher and tapped into the other one as well as fair value gap, right? So if it was capable of taking down one of the order block or went up higher with that, then this is not a like this will have a lower probability of moving lower. Look at this. This is such straightforward. Price is moving down. Price has moved down with speed, leaving behind order block and fair value gap. Now this becomes a great entry point for shorts, and that is what has happened. But this same thing happened here. Liquidity sweep, V-shaped rejection coming out of here. Now look at this. Now we had one fair value gap which was way up higher, but the first thing that it encountered was this order block, and price stepped into this order block and then rejected hard to take down the low. Now these were two great setups. Like these were two great ones. One of them was before. One of them was in pre-market. That's why we did not enter into that trade. The second one, we do not have any level of interest. We had already tapped into both the sell side liquidities or drawn liquidities that we had marked. So the chances of this signal working was less. So we did not enter into the chances of price doing. We did not have anything that the drawn liquidity left. So hence we did not enter into this trade. Now, I would like to see this kind of signals. I would like to see this kind of signals where order blocks overlapping with fair value gap at upper level of interest. So you must understand this difference correctly. Not all order blocks overlapping with fair value gap are going to be strong. These are clean. These are not clean. The chances of this order block plus fair value gap working is slightly lower than this one. It could work, it could not work. These have a higher rate of working. Price is coming down, volume is coming down as well, so nothing to be. Okay. Now let's see if we have any news coming out of 10 at 10 again. I do not see anything for 10. OPEC monthly report, US 6 months bill, high yield. Yeah, so that's all. Okay, I'm just going to mark this level and take out this trade because it will be a little confusing. So okay. With this candle, it does not have enough wick, or it does not have enough wick, which means it could become a draw on liquidity. Same thing goes up here. So just watch how often price will tap into those things. These are not the things that we trade, but these are some things that we keep into our mind. If we want to see price coming down lower, why should price come down lower? There's no V-shaped reaction, which means there's no proper liquidity sweep done, and price can come down lower because of this candle and the low. See, so now we're still going to put this as sell side liquidity, another sell side liquidity here. What this candle high has been taken out. With this, we did not get any V-shaped rejection at CVD as well. So these three green candles does show us that buyers are in the house. So with this, now we are going to get a fair value gap here. We are going to get fair value gap here. Price has now tapped into that 15-minute bearish value gap. We also have another order block coming off here. Bearish order block. Look at this, buying volume is increasing. I don't say it's not increasing, but now what we want to see is price to stop here, give us liquidity sweep, V-shaped rejection for value gap to be coming down lower, something like this. Until then I'm going to take out this order block because we know that it isn't there. This 15-minute for value gap is right here. Well, there is one thing. Even if we get an inversion directly right here, V-shape inversion, I'm not much excited into that. As I explained, we need a signal somewhat like this for price to move lower. Okay, we are looking for something like this. Can we group those things together? Yeah, something, looking for something like this. It will be, look at this parallel gap here, getting inverse. Will be a tempting trade to take a shot here for this low, but as I said, I want to see that kind of signal. Until then, it will be a little risky for me. So not into this trade. I want to see a liquidity sweep of this leg up high on 1 minute time frame, even if it has tapped and given us V-shaped reaction out of it. Volume also giving us the same thing. We have reasons why price should be moving lower. Yet again, I'm still gonna wait. Keep in mind, I don't want to see any red candles if we take out this liquidity. If there comes any red candle in this before we sweep out the liquidity, then it will be another leg up higher that we will be looking for. Yet again, price has not given us the thing that we look for, hence no trade as of now. Okay, no. Now we have level of interest, but the signal what we want to see is not the same. Yes, we could have taken this shot here, or we could have also taken this shot at the IFVG and took the target at lower 92 points down there. But I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced with this good buying leg. I want to see a liquidity sweep above that. That's as per my rules. It's not that this cannot work. This can work, but that is as per my rule. We need, as I explained, we need liquidity sweep, V-shape rejection, fair value gap, and then move lower. Okay, this is what I'm looking for. Um, you know why I don't enter this kind of trade? Even if I feel that this will work, why would I not enter into this kind of trade? Because there will always be a fear lurking in my mind that we still have liquidity sweep pending. Chances that there are chances that price will go up high, take out this liquidity, and then move down. So if I have that fear in my mind, then I don't want to be taking the trade because I know that there's something missing out here. Liquidity sweep has been missing out here. As a trader, this is something that you have to deal with. You won't get the signal that you're looking for that fits your that fits your setup every single time. So at that point of time, you have choices. Do you want to get into the trade without like get into a trade signal which does not match your signal, or do you not want to take the trade? I prefer not taking the trade simply because even if I start taking these kind of signals and I fail, so these will be the random trades. It is because it is not classifying or not satisfying my signal criteria for my signal, right? So if it classifies for my criteria for my signal, then I will enter into this trade irrespective of whether it will give me a loss or not. Okay, because look at this big leg up higher. Yeah, there are chances that price will come down, but looking at the green candles here in between, it becomes a little bit risky. Now people who would have entered here now would be fearful that will price deliver lower or take out the stop loss. So this is the thing that I don't want to be a part of until and like until and unless it does not give us great signal like this, good signal like this. I don't want to be taking that trade. Now look at this. Price is stepping into this fair value gap. It is it is there is an order block here. This also supports, this leg up also supports, but not the greatest signal for this longs. But yeah, there is a fair value gap which could hold, and reason why I'm not entering into this trade is simply because there was no liquidity sweep properly done. And reason why I'm not taking longs is we did not get a candle closing below London session low. So until and unless it satisfies my conditions, I am happy not to take a trade. Mhm. There's no news right now. Yet again, even if we get this IFPG, no reason for us to enter a trade, especially when we have seen liquidity sweep, V-shaped rejection, order block coming right here. There is no fair, like there is fair value gap right here. If anybody, if anybody, not us, if anybody else trying to look for long, then this would be a good trade for this based on 1 minute structure. Nothing is based on 15-minute structure. Okay, this could be doing something like this. There's a breaker block here as well, so chances are that it would be something like this. And then if we want to take the draw higher, then we have all these equal highs, 129 points higher. Not entering into this trade, there is no proper level of interest. We have the signal, we have continuation signal here, we have supporting CVD here. Like look at this, 3 consecutive red candles, 3 consecutive green candles, we got 4. Okay, so and we got a breaker block here as well. Now the drawn liquidity would be higher, but I'm not entering into this trade because if we would have got the same like London closing below this London session low, good closing below that, then I would have thought of entering this trade. But unfortunately we did not get the same thing, like we did not meet our criteria and we are not taking this long trade. Okay, this is just for an explanation. Which order block is this? The green candle body high, body close is one. This becomes a breaker block formation right up here, along with a fair value gap up here. Okay, so becomes a good signal. Price should be looking to move up higher. I don't want to see. I don't want to see this 15-minute candle getting inversed. But look at this 3 candles, 3 wicks. Look at this lows. Low, lower low, higher low. Simple. Low, lower low, and higher low. Looks like a structure change. This fair value gap, we got a signal, but this was not, because we did not get a complete signal. We did not get liquidity sweep. The reasons why price could be moving lower is this candle without, almost without no wick, almost without a wick, and this low. And we did not get a good candle closing below the London session low. Hence, that could be a reason why price could be going down. Yeah. Why price could be moving up is just this breaker block formation. And no exact reason for me to see a good buying, but price can do anything. We are currently, like, current level of interest is 15-minute fair value gap. Okay, says that there is some news. Okay, price is going down, hit all the targets that we were looking for. It's just thinking to sum things up. Reason why we do not enter long or short without any level of interest is this. Okay. Okay, let's see what happened. Trade community, news, buy, screener, notifications. There was a tab for news here somewhere. Oh no. Trump reinstating the Iranian blockade. Dubai plans new port to bypass the Strait of Hormuz and stuff like that. Okay, so those guys. It's just this war news. Reason why we have to put stoppers and everything. If if Trump is speaking, anything could happen. Targets hit, but not a trade I would take without a liquidity seed. There's no reason for us to enter a trade. There are times when you see you will feel that price flow is pretty good and you will take this kind of signals as well. But especially this like just just feel the flow of the price. It is not moving that fast in one direction, right? Hence, chances of this kind of signals failing is very high. Now, this has been taken with news, but either way it has been taken, your target has been hit. Hmm. Yeah, it has tapped into this Royal gap, but no, no trade for me right now. Still no trade, no proper signal for me. Not entering into the trade. We still have to wait. I would say, I would say, price action has improved from last week. We got a 15-minute fair value gap at market like on a New York AM session, which is good. Like last week, we did not get almost any fair value gap within this New York AM session. The US will be reimbursed 20% on cargo from Hormuz. Okay, that guy is saying something. The US will be reimbursed 20% on cargo from Hormuz. Hormuz Strait is open and will remain open with or without Iran. I don't know what he's speaking. It's confusing. It's good to stay away. Okay, there's also one more news. Putin promises more powerful and growing response to Ukrainian strikes. Those guys are fighting wars from last 5 years. I guess from 2020 or 2021. Yeah. You know, when price starts slowing down, volume speaks something else and price speaks something else. Just understand that there is a guy manipulating, and we might get a big candle somehow. So it's better to stay away during that manipulation time. Anything could happen. Bulls are adamant. They're still trying to. They're still trying to lift price higher. What this? What this candle? This is the almost third candle which might close in green. Okay. So the reason why we do not enter without a setup is this: anything could happen. Look at this. 649, low was 492, so it's like 150 points of candle, right? Yeah. From high to low, it's 160 points of candle, 160 points down, and then we got 160 points more higher as well. Okay, and it's that simple. It's not something that is. It's not something that is hard. It is just your urge to make money that makes it difficult. Or else trading is very easy job. Just need to sit there. Yes, someday you will, that urge inside you will overpower you and do something uh, which you are not supposed to do. But other than that, trading is very simple job. Once you select your setup, once you backtest it for a longer period of time or have data for it, then you just need to wait wait for that setup to present itself and then take a trade. That's trader's job. Other than that, the hardest part that people deal with is their urge of making money, their greed, and second thing is fear. Second thing is fear. And how do you get rid of this urge of making money? It's simple. Just keep saying to yourself, what do you want? Like if you want to become a consistently profitable, you need to trade it as a system. Keep like the way I keep saying, we need a level of interest when it's signal on that level of interest, and we need a supporting CBD until these three conditions are met. Like third one is almost optional, but third one gives me a good idea whether the signal has a chance of working or not. So until unless I have these three things, I generally don't enter into a trade. And the day I enter without any single one of them has always taken me either to loss or break-even trades. So now when I know that if without these three things, without these three things influencing, there is a lesser probability trade that I'll make money out of it, then why would I do that, right? So I need three things: level of interest, signal on that level of interest, and the third one is CVD, which is the volume should be supporting the signal, and signal should be supporting the level of interest. If I get a bullish signal on a bearish level of interest, then there's no reason for me to enter the trade. Okay. Okay, now I might be looking to enter short here. Yeah, so CVD is supporting. I might be looking to enter short here at this order block. If price takes down this, then we got a liquidity sweep, V-shape rejection. Just in what we want to see is price closing down. If not, then we'll wait. Price has already closed above this. On this candle, price has already closed, taken out liquidity. These are the other signals that comes into play. Okay. Let's see what rest do we have here. 26 points. If you're not getting the signal, bulls are adamant trying to move price higher. We got a green candle, which means we do not have any possibility of signal formation as of right now until we get a candle closer up higher, and then this to become a bearish breaker block. Okay. Now see why I was telling these two were the draws and liquidity. There is a chance that this becomes a bearish breaker block. Okay, what this candle? This candle does not have wick, which means possibly price could come back down, give us a good signal. Price is increasing, volume is not. Volume is not supporting the price up higher. This Fairvalue gap is still in play, even if it inverses. It's okay. It inversed and closed a lot higher than what I was expecting. Now I will be a little reluctant in taking this short trade. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. What happened? There was a liquidity sweep. There was no V-shaped reaction out of it, which means the liquidity that was swept was still not enough, right? And hence, even if you got a good green candles, instead of buying here, wait for this liquidity to be swept again, and then maybe we could enter the trade. But right, we did not have any signal that we can enter longs. Also, entering longs is there has to be a candle closing for level of interest, which we did not get. This will be a little difficult, but I'm still open to this down trade on lower side. Okay, China and many other countries would like to take complete and total control of this major financial happening, as well as AI, where we are now leading, but where they are fighting hard. Don't let China win or on other subject. Trump, US Senate should pass the Clarity Act in honor of Lindsay. Okay, nothing much. How much is open? Okay, let's see. Let's see if we get a signal. I see price moving higher, but what I feel to uh, what I am not ready to accept is this, like the price action here. There is no proper liquidity sweep that has been done. Okay, now if we get the third signal here, this is a lower probability trade. So even if you enter this trade now, if we get an IFVG, yeah, see this weakness. I don't want to see this kind of weakness. This is a great rejection. Entered this level of interest, sharp V-shaped rejection. We might be looking for higher now. Like that's what price action says, but we do not have level of interest as of right now. There was this IFPG 15-minute IFPG which turned into bearish fair gap that was inversed with 3 consecutive green candles. If this happens, then the next draw on liquidity would definitely be above here. Right side liquidity, one is here, the other one is here. Well, I generally don't treat this IFPG like 15 minute 15-minute fair value gap has been inversed, which means it should be moving up higher. I don't trade like that. I generally trade where 15-minute fair value gap has been printed, which means price tapping into that. We could get a continuation like this trade. I generally do not take inversion trade because I've seen many times that 15-minute fair value gap get inversed, and yet again price fails. Look at this, volume did increase a bit. Volume did increase, but then we did not get a good signal for downside. Now watch this. Price has tapped into the sell side liquidity candle low. We did not get the V-shaped reaction that we were looking for. We got an IFPG, but I don't think that I don't see that this is a V-shaped reaction because of this green candle. But I feel that this is a great signal for shorts. This is a great signal for shorts. Until this low, and maybe possibly even lower than this. This is what a trade might look like, but then I'll wait. I've seen bears here. I've seen bears in control here. So just in case if we get a liquidity sweep up higher from here, and we get a liquidity sweep higher from here, then we will see if we can look for short. I've got multiple reasons to short into this value gap, but look at this order block for value gap. It gives a strong area for resistance. If you can see 2-day open, 8:30 open, whenever these levels are stacked, these levels are pretty strong. These levels are pretty strong to act as a support or resistance. So I have multiple reasons to short, but I did not get V-shape reaction, and hence I'm not taking this trade. Let's wait for another signal. Trading is actually like a boring job. If you want to consistently make money out of this market, then it becomes very boring. You just have to follow all the rules, and yeah, following all the rules is boring, but that is what makes us money, right? That is what consistently pays our bill. So even if it is boring, you have to do it. You have to do it that way. And it's not that hard. You don't have to think like if like this is we got a confluence of multiple things here, and hence shorting here is a high probability trade. But does it match your criteria? My criteria is simple: liquidity sweep, V-shape rejection. If there is any green candle up here, I don't take any short trade. As simple as that. Here we did not get any liquidity sweep that I was expecting, and hence I did not enter the trade. I could have made money, but for a long period of time, I would have been in fear that my stop loss would have been triggered. Okay, so instead of thinking what will happen, what could happen, just follow your rules, and it becomes very, very peaceful. And that is what once you're peaceful, you will get results automatically. No need to rush. No need to enter into any random trades. Why? Why do we have to enter any random trades? Losing a random trade does not do that bad impact as much as winning a random trade. Even if you win here, you if you would have taken this trade and if you would have hit all the targets, then you will feel that that's work. That will just add that add this setup into your system. And once you add this setup into your system, not every time this will work, right? Because liquidity was not swept correctly, and that we have seen. Once low has been taken, it went up high again to take out that remaining liquidity. I will be happy to leave this trade if I don't get a signal. Mhm. Yeah, I forgot today is Monday. Yeah, it is moving lower, but I'm still not getting. I still did not get the signal that I was looking for, and it's no trade for me. Now look at this. If there was not this green candle, then we would have taken this short. We were looking for shorts. Unfortunately, there was a green candle here, and we did not enter a short. I told you we had multiple reasons to short here, but as this was not a V-shaped rejection, we traded this trade. If we would have taken this short, we would have been up. We would have been up around 60, 70 points. One is to almost 1:2. But that's a part of the game. You have to be patient, patient until every your criteria gets fulfilled. Now this is small liquidity sweep V-shaped rejection on 1 minute time frame. Now we know that these are the candle highs. These are the candle highs. Liquidity is still pending. So if anybody looking for long, this would be a good signal to take price long here. V-shaped rejection, entering into this order block. The stop loss would be 34 points. Your target would be 84 points. but there is no reason for me to enter a long trade. Simple thing is we do not have any level of interest. Yes, this 15-minute fair value gap was inverse, but that does not satisfy my condition to take long. I believe price action today is way much better. It is giving some signals that are pretty good and clean. This is a good clean signal, but there's no level of interest. Then we had this signal, but we did not get liquidity sweep and did deliver. I told you the reason why it should be moving up higher is this. There was no proper liquidity sweep, hence we could be looking for price to move up higher. Entering into this trade, we could have got 50 points, but not the best trade that I'm looking for. Okay, I'm going to take this out. I'm going to take this 15-minute fair value gap out as well. It has been inversed. What CVD? Oh, I'm so much tempted to take this short now. For price heading lower. Look at this series of green candles, and we got red candles coming in. This is a bullish order block right here. I just want to see what reaction does it give here. Right now, look at the series of green candles. What is different from here and here? Look at this. As soon as it took liquidity, it gave us a good green candle, series of green candles, which is an invitation for longs to enter into this trade. Now, against which we got a V-shaped rejection. Look at this. IFPG here, IFPG here. Also, we got a supporting CVD here as well. And there was a 15-minute fair value gap which was inversed, but barely it was inversed, which means that could still work. It has still not taken out the highs, and price has closed into a red candle. Chances are that price can continue moving lower, but I'm not taking entry at bullish order block. I'm not taking short entries at bullish order block. I would love to wait, love to see that price. Right now, this is an area where we can see fight. We could see fight, so I'm not entering into this trade right now. But yeah, it was tempting for me to enter short on this red candle closing. Then there is this 1 minute BPR. My only issue is this liquidity was not swept. Can look for longs, but no reason for me to take longs. Other than 1 minute structure, I do not have anything supporting longs. So this bullish target has been achieved. No, it has not been achieved yet. Okay, let me see what is happening based on volume profile. Yeah, this is getting bought up below value area low, but it is also rejecting from value area high as well. So it's a consolidation, price consolidation. Today's Monday as well. We can wait. That's okay. We'll take the best setup. Look at this. This is a clean signal. This was a clean signal. Clean retap, CVD supporting. But the only problem was we did not have any IFAG. We did not have any fair value gap. If we dive deeper, yeah, nothing on that as well. If you put this volume profile right here again, what you'll notice is a good bullish discovery candle, which means price can continue to move up higher. Look for bulls, which means look for all this buy side liquidities up here. But look at this price and volume. There's a mismatch in price and volume. Price action says it's pretty good, clean, bullish momentum coming in. Like as soon as I saw this part here, I saw a good, clean setup. But I'm not entering long because I do not have any level of interest. Even after a lot of efforts by bears here, trying to take price lower, bulls were pretty adamant, as we can see here. Like look at the wicks on lower side. Continuously they were getting bought up. Look at this big red candle, which then turned into a green candle. This just shows that bulls are ready to buy at this level. We are not getting the system. We are not getting the setups that we're looking for. Now this is a good one, but this setup is clean setup. Remember this part here. Look at this clean liquidity sweep, clean V-shaped rejection, order block entry here. Stop loss was just about 37 points, against which target was 882 points. So it's a great trade. The only thing here which is not good is we didn't have any good level of interest here. If I want to farm a trade, I can farm a lot of trade, but there's no clean bullish order block, bearish order block, bullish order block, or bullish fair value gap, a bullish breaker block formation that will support the price higher. So this signal can work, but there is no drawn liquidity that I can see from there. I'm so much tempted to take short trades, but price action is not supporting it right, like not exactly supporting it right now. There was no good signal here. There was no good continuation that was here. Wanted to see liquidity sweep of this, which it did. Now it is giving me IPG, but it is directly into this fair value gap. Stop loss would be 40, 42 points, and you will be looking at lows, but look at the structure as well. Not exactly the structure that I'm happy to see. Okay, let me see. Can I give it a try? Looking for short and bearish, bullish for value gap, but bullish CVD supporting some risky short, especially when bullish setups are working. No real reason for me to take price short. Yeah, let's wait. The reason why I don't trade just any random IFPG like this IFPG, this IFPG is very simple. Like even if you get IFPG, there are chances that it might not go all the way to low. It might turn around and invite bears here and just take their stop losses. I don't want to be that person. So I always like setups like this: liquidity sweep, V-shape rejection, and look structure change, and then order block and retest into that order block or the value gap. Really tempted in taking price lower right now. I'm looking for shots. Uh, yeah, then again, no real reason for me to take price shot. Especially 23 minutes left in today's trading session for me. We have seen multiple good signals, but we did not take any of them because we were missing level of interest. Without level of interest, it becomes very difficult because today it might work. Today it might work. Today just simply signals and CVD might work, but tomorrow it might not work. So I'm looking for long term. Until and unless we have all three things together, we do not want to take a trade. Mhm. Price is slow. Imagine this. There was one reason for me to take short trade, but understand this thing. Prices price wants to move lower. There was no candle closing below this London session low, which means this draw remains open for me. A lot of wicks I can see lower, which means bears are looking for shorts. Bears are trying to push price down. They failed, but there's a lot of liquidity here, right? Look at the structure, 15-minute structure. Went up high, came down low, and then created a new high. Now this will invite bulls to take price long, right? And now if bulls are entering into this trade and price there's still a draw open below, then there are chances that all the bulls invited here will be uh, getting stopped out below this low. So this IFPG was a great IFPG, but what I noticed was this. Look at this high. Look at the red candle high, 29,724. And look at this candle closing, 29,717. If price would have closed above this high, then would have been a high probability trade. Until then, I don't think this is a high probability trade. We will need a good candle closure up higher. If we get a did we get a V-shaped rejection here? Okay, 11:11, 20 minutes left. Volume is not supporting the price moving up higher. Mhm. Might be a good place to take price. Long 627, it's going up 39 points. Okay, volume is coming down a lot. Selling, but price is not coming down. Okay, yeah, we might get to see a new scandal coming out soon. This is a good area to long. Look at this structure. There is 1 minute PPR. Expansion leg up higher, pull back lower, tapping into this fair value gap, looking moving up higher, can become a good entry here. The only issue for me is the volume. Let's try this out. Hmm. Price is a little bit confusing right now. If we want to look for long, look at this right candle that came in. That is the reason why we are not entering longs. I would like to see a liquidity sweep here and then give us a V-shaped reaction for us to take price higher. But right now I don't see any reason to enter long. Watch CVD. Volume is like pretty negative here, but price is way up higher. Friday when this same scenario happened, we got we got almost a big news scandal that came out that day right here, about 270 points. So just be careful. Especially like right now there's war news coming in. Look at this big candle, big, based on Trump tweet. It moved down about 160 point, yeah, 160 points lower. And even if you enter into any trade, just wait for just put the stop loss and TP. Can be pretty volatile. As of right now, we do not have any level of interest that we can take a trade from. But watching the structure, it seems pretty bullish. Like look at this. This was a good clean signal here. Liquidity sweep, V-shape rejection. Then we had multiple like this fair value gap, but price tapped into this order block and went up higher. Took out all the buy side liquidity that we had marked. Now if price wants to move up higher, it has, like, we did not get any candle closing below this buy side liquidity, and we still have this buy side liquidity open up here and Asia session high, so still have a lot of room for upside. The only bad thing about upside is that there was no good candle closing below this London session low. Price went below London session low multiple times, but it was bought. But there's no much volume in buying. CVD says something else. Look at this. Price is making prices currently so high, but volume does not support this. Look at this. When this candle formed, volume was all the way till minus 134. Now price is way up higher, but volume is still at 117. So this is not a good sign for bulls. Okay, boys, I'm looking for longs. I'll be entering shots into this trade. I'm entering shots into this candle closing IFVG, targeting price lower. Okay, I'm shorts here. Buy stuff about this. $41 of stop. We are looking for target 80, 85 points. Let's see. We got an FPG, bearish FPG plus IFPG. It's a good move. Like this is a good say entry signal. Let's see if it works. We have 40 points of risk against and 85 points of TP. We will be looking to put break even below this low here, but let's see. Yeah, I was not expecting this IFPG again. Not a good sign. The volume is also stepping up. So this trade is without the level of interest. So it has to be a lower risk. Let's see if it works. If price fails to take down this low here now, then I will be pulling down my stop loss to this high now. Okay, this is the kind of move that I'm looking for, but I want it to be much faster. I want it to be much faster because volume has been compressed. Okay, so it's 11:30 already. So this will be the last trade for today, like the only trade for today. It has already been 6 minutes since we are in this trade. Okay, candles without wicks have started to come in, which is not a good sign. Look at this. This green candle, no wick. Current red candle also has no wick yet. Okay, I want to cut this trade right now. Not seeing much continuation coming out of it. That signal was so great that it should have just given good continuation right away. It did not, and this is not what I am happy to see. I want to see a good fast momentum downside. That is what I'm expecting. Okay, so this might be it. I might be cutting it down right now. Below the break-even point, the price, like right below this level, price should be moving fast because it will be changing structure on 15-minute time frame. Be ready to put the stops at break even. As soon as that break even level hits, we are going to put price stops at break even. I brought it down, but I'm just waiting for price to continue to move lower. I'm gonna come on. This if this gets IFEG, then we will be. If this parallel gap gets inverse, then price might look to move up higher. Yeah, want to cut this trade so bad now. Okay, I'm out of this trade at break even. This IFPG here is is going to be a little problem issue for us for price to move up higher, or sorry, price to move lower. I'm expecting a fast move because look at the volume. Volume is so much lower, like 130k, but price is still up way higher. So someone is selling here internally, absorbing all the buying or distributing the sell orders here. But I did not see any delivery that I was looking for. Hence, I took an exit at break even. If this low was taken out first, I would have continued to hold the trade, but it did not, and hence I had to get out of this trade. Especially after this IFPG here, like this bearish fair value gap which got inversed, becomes a little risky for us to hold the trade. Price action is so slow; it's not moving. Like it's not moving any side. So now it's tackling into this order block, but this would become risky. Below this break-even point here, price should be moving way much faster, especially after this 3 minute, like after this 15-minute candle close. If it closes below this low, then it might flush down. Even if it doesn't close below this low, but it takes down this low, which it did right now, it should it should be moving fast to our targets, especially to this target. Yes. Look at this, volume has started coming in. You might see a good flush down and a fast one indeed. Look at this volume. CVD is going so much lower. Price will move fast, should move fast, or a new scandal might be coming in soon. Especially if anybody holding this long, this low are still available for targets. But this one should be the first target that we have. Already up 40, 45, 48 points, 49, 50 points. We should be taking partials around here. Just closed it a bit early. I was fearful because we took loss on Friday, so I don't want to be taking similar kind of risk today, especially we do not have any level of interest. But this was a great signal here, which I noticed here, and then against which we got a continuation signal here as well. But I was expecting price to take down this green candle low on 15-minute time frame, which it did, but one IFVG and we were out of the trade. It was quite risky. Price is dropping down. We should hit our target easily. 15-minute structure has just changed, which means the next swing low, which is this green candle low, and the target that we have marked should be coming in. Look at the volume. Volume is just dumping right now. Partial should be at fixed 50 points. Hmm. Yeah, price action is pretty slow. Slowly and gradually heading downside. Volume is going lower. I'm not much afraid of I'm not much don't have much regret for this missing out this trade. It's going to be simple. we still have We'll still have order block right here, and we might get a good free value gap here as well if that happens. Now watch this now. Price could either take down this low right now with speed, or it will give good pullback up higher. So I would suggest taking partials here. Okay, just give me a minute. Okay, I've been sitting here for a long period of time. So this was the second trade, but this is the only trade that we took. This one we noticed, but we did not take this trade, which worked out pretty good. 83 points with the risk of 33 points. Now TP has been hit. TP has been hit. So yeah, this was the trade for today. Unfortunately, I exited early, did not hold this trade. So see you guys tomorrow. It's already too late. I want to preserve my mental capital for tomorrow. You should do the same if you took this trade. This was a great trade, 85 points. See you guys tomorrow with great analysis as well.